thought of pineapple juice makes your semen taste better. I just think it ruins the pineapple juice.
Welcome to Jumping to the Turnstyle. I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm Sean Enough.
And I'm Jezbot. The hand sanitizer cam is on.
Oh, it is.
So
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Get those hands all sanitized up.
Okay, cool. So we're going to get a squirto.
Yeah. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I did hear about this.
What is it?
Well, why don't you tell everybody, because you're the one that sent it to us.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, these days when you observe social media, I don't watch the television anymore, so I can't really cast reference to that or have an opinion on it. But I notice on social media, when you open up these applications and you look at what is being displayed in the world, sometimes you're bemused, sometimes you're amused, but sometimes you're just appalled.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And mortified, I guess, it could be another word.
I reckon.
So what is it?
It's a squirt cam.
Yeah. So instead of at your baseball games and your basketball games, they usually have a kissing camera. This is in America.
Yep.
And then if the camera goes on, you got to kiss the person next to you.
That's right. And I guess that would have been heavily affected with all these restrictions and whatnot.
Oh, yeah,
Kissing.
because you can't endorse
Spit.
it.
No, and the Kiss Cam is usually sponsored by somebody. So when it goes to Kiss Cam, it's like the Budweiser Kiss Cam, and they pay a lot of money for that.
What's a good sponsor for a kiss cam?
Trojan condom.
Trojan condom.
Yeah, and speaking of that, so they've got the hand sanitizer cam on now, and it squirts out a digital like a squirt of hand sanitizer, and the idea is you're supposed to look up at the jumbo screen and realise that you're just about to get squirted on, and you got to catch it,
catch a squirt
in your hand,
and then do it,
or any way you choose.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. I was thinking of bending over and copping one of the squirts up the old jertsy. I wonder if they'd edit that out because we're going live to air. Remember, you got the on radio you've got about a 2 second but you got a 2 second delay. So when you go fuck shit cunt,
Oh my god, I can't believe he's doing that on network.
beep, he's
fuck,
beeping her, right? Beep.
go fuck yourself, San Diego.
You'll never work on the Sullivan Show again.
So squirt cam. So
It was gross, and to be honest,
we're
it
just
looked
trying
like
to paint-
jizz. It looked like jizz.
It sure
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It sure,
Okay.
It was an absolute mockery. Like you're mocking your audience there, just like hey, let us pretend to get jizzed on and then enjoy it.
Yeah, that's it. Like shower. Like we'll all be having showers.
And
golden showers.
Okay.
even if it was hypothetically real hand sanitizer, to get doused in that much would be lethal.
Definitely.
Yes. We're talking. Well, you get drunk off that. When your body, like you have a shot and it's got 6% alcohol in it or 40% alcohol. What are we talking here?
40,
Shorty?
I guess, yeah.
40. Hand sanitizers, 100%? 99.9%. So how much? So let's put it this way: if an alcoholic sanitizes his hands 15 times a minute, right? Is that just as bad as getting back on the old sauce?
I think you'll get kidney failure,
Possibly.
Yeah, but that goes because that's going to leach through your hands. It's going to go into your bloodstream.
liver poisoning,
No, but I'm going to say is you're going to fire up your alcoholism.
Yeah,
you're going to go to AA and go, oh, I've been clean for 3 weeks.
Well,
Have you? My hands are.
In alcoholic and places where they treat alcoholics and drug addicts and whatnot, you're not allowed to have aftershave or hand sanitizer
or mouthwash,
or anything that has an alcoholic content.
Well, there you go.
Because
there you go. So I say, how many? I mean, we know that alcoholics are emerging from the lockdowns. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's for Sean.
Yeah,
but
apparently last lockdown Australians spent $2 billion extra on alcohol.
Right. Sounds
$2
about
billion?
Right. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. All the more reason to keep open Liquorland.
Which is that must be like. They said that Australians spent, on average, $2 billion more on alcohol throughout that period of time.
Fucking hell.
And the bars were shut, where drinks are traditionally cost about 4 times the
I love
asking
it. So
price.
people are like spilling on the bench. Off the bench.
I don't know. It means people are drinking copious amounts of alcohol. If the alcohol industry's made more money while the bars were shut, Jesus.
Did we see a spike in mixers?
My recycling bin is evidence of
Mixer.
of mixer.
It's a mixer.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
a mixer.
lot of empty bottles.
Okay.
I always wondered, as growing up, and you always had that uncle that drinks a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm that uncle now.
Okay.
But I always used to think, like, because, you get off the sauce and you go to AA and you've been sober and you've been clean. Then let's just say Christmas or heavily based, chocolate-based holiday comes along, Easter, and you get one of those all sorts that has a little bit of rum,
The rum
inside the chocky.
The rum chum.
Well, what is it? An instant like it's beginning. The
It would be for some people.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, that rum that just reminds me.
Yeah, I used to.
That reminds me of something.
Yeah, I really love these chocolates. I'm a bloody chocoholic now.
Yeah.
Do you go to CA? Chocoholics Anonymous? Yeah.
I almost need to do that. I've got my sweet tooth getting out of hand.
Right.
But it's interesting that those circumstances that the circumstances that led to that overconsumption or the extra consumption of alcohol, those circumstances were in place for health reasons to save lives.
Yep.
And the reason that it was shut down that implied that was roughly responsible for around 900 Australian deaths last year. Right.
Not being able to get booze or having too much booze.
Too much booze.
No.
The sicknesses.
The spicy cough. It caused around 900 odd deaths, right? But what my point is, 900 odd deaths. Alcohol in 2015 was responsible for over 6,000 deaths.
Okay, I see what. Yeah.
So there's a.
But we're spending
because of a health
$2 billion
crisis,
more,
and because of that, people are spending $2 billion. So you could imagine. I'm sure that's going to have health repercussions.
Okay, so we're going to see a spike in alcohol related illnesses after the $2 billion expenditure of lockdowns.
But here's the other thing: like, no one's going to the GP. I don't go to the doctors because I don't want to get
that guy.
I don't want to get tested for COVID. I don't want to get masked up.
Sorry, I'm quacking over here.
I don't want to do any of that nonsense. So if you're
it's quenchership.
Maybe you're not seeking the help you might need in these times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because one, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I might as well drink.
Yeah, if you're in the stink, have a drink.
And then you go, I'm not going to the doctors.
No, fuck that guy. I took Audrey up to the doctor the other day. She was dehydrated. It turned out.
Oh yeah.
So if you start to get sick from dehydration, right, you're pretty close to fucking.
Yeah, that's the water one is one to watch. You don't want to be running out of water.
Yeah, she's there, but like, I don't know whether I've trained her well, but I said, look, just whatever happens, we're not going in there. We're going in there for whatever's wrong with you now. We're not going in there for a test. We're not going in there for anything else. So I kind of geared her up. I said, because if anything goes down and they're trying to enforce, maybe we should try this, when clearly we know it's dehydration, we're just going to walk out. Right,
Yeah,
we're not doing it. We can go to Chatty Car Park for our testings, right?
Yeah.
But he pulled out. The doctor. You remember the doctor used to stick the thermometer under your tongue, or he used to.
It was always up my ass.
The paddle pop.
Yeah, the paddle pop up the ass. Look, you're a human paddle pop.
Is that a rainbow paddle pop?
It is now, doctor. Well, only if you like it. It turns rainbow. So they also used to do the inner ear zip zop zap.
Yeah.
Where they could get the temperature. And the doctor had the thermometer and aimed it at her forehead, and she recoiled.
Yeah.
Like a gun was being aimed at her head.
Exactly
Did
what
you
I
jump in front of them like a bodyguard?
No! Beep, 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 beep.
I'm 37 degrees.
He was only 1 day away from retirement.
He was only one point away from a COVID test.
Yeah, no, I had the same. I had the same reaction. I'm sure I said it when I was doing the workos in the cities with the CFMU, and they were testing your tempos when you came in. And after the he tested it on my forehead, and then the second day I went in and I said, "Mate, do you reckon you could take it on my wrist? Because every time you point that thing at me, it feels like you're putting a gun to my head."
Yeah.
And then the day after that, he goes, "Nah, mate, don't worry, just I'll go on your wrist."
Yeah. Yeah. Because you get the same reading.
And he's obviously had a gun pointed at his head.
Yeah,
he
knows.
related
He's
to
felt
what
the
I was
fear.
saying.
Yeah, he's felt the fear.
Yeah, don't worry, brother.
You don't worry, brother. I got you. Swimming for you.
Yeah,
Right on, brother.
and I only feel the need to perpetuate this fear on others because I experienced it as a boy.
Yeah. And once again, back to those hotels, the high rises and the...
The ones they're building in the
Again. Who's buying them? What are all these towers? Who's in them?
And aren't we seeing a spike in the median price?
Yeah, it's spiking.
Like the home rates are going up. So does that when they say the like houses are worth more now, does that apply to apartments as well, or across the board, or is it like?
It's actually different. I mean, I've read about it a little bit. I can't remember the article I read last year, but they said that inner city living is actually going down. It's been affected by
There's no
people
students, there's
wanting
no
to move
travellers, there's no... you can't rent out your apartment to the Airbnbs.
Or it's been infected.
Here's this, right? Price's, Cassie's client, the real estate agent, Mount Waverley.
Yeah.
The houses are going like $100,000, $200,000 over reserve.
Wow.
Yeah.
In bidding wars, man. Because, people aren't going overseas. They
Yeah.
probably
they've
go,
got the extra cash. They've got the COVID cash.
yeah. Well, if you go to Europe once or twice every year, or whatever, that's a lot of cash.
Well, that's
you can put
15.
extra onto the house. Like, who cares?
Yeah. You could throw your Bali trip at it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when we go to Bali, we spend $500 on
Yeah.
accommodation. So
Yeah.
people really fork out.
Yeah.
They go to the Ritzes.
Yeah, they're totally Ritzing.
Yeah.
Good biscuit though. I like a good Ritz.
Oh, yeah.
You like a good Ritz?
No, like a Savoy.
You like a Savoy because Aldi's got the Eaton, and they're all in the Savoy family, aren't they?
Yeah, and same box.
They
so
are.
Is
Red
it
and white.
ketchup or catsup? You really don't know. Like,
Oh, this is the thing, right? So I've been going flippity sticks for a while and buying the budget baked beans, right?
sure.
Right? Just
Salted or
different-
unsalted?
Oh, it's salted, and then I buy some unsalted salt. Forget it. But this is the thing, right? So we wanted to do a glory breakfast, right?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
You just have it. You just like fucking proper eggs, bacon,
Crepes.
baked beans, mushrooms.
Yeah.
All done up, and I got SPC brand name baked beans.
Oh, Dad, you got the good beans.
Oh, you got the good beans.
It must be a special day.
So we're sitting down, and the kids are chowing down into their Eggos, and they're munching on their old toasties.
Yeah.
And they get to the baked beans, and they're like, "What the hell is this cack?
Oh.
This is gross." I'm like, "No, this is quality beans. This is what we grew up on.
These
Beans,
were canned in Shepparton, kids.
yeah, beans, convert. No, you eat, no, you take, right?" And they're like, "Give me. I want flippity sticks.
Ah.
I want
Off-brand.
I want Bilos.
Off-brand, yeah.
Yeah."
Yep.
Well, less salt,
and
less
it's
salt.
the same thing. It's the same thing. I got a packet of Savoys, and Mason was like, "No, I can't eat these. I need the Eatons."
Yeah, because doesn't that particular flippity stick store have a no preservative policy or artificial colouring and
I don't
stuff?
know what they've got. So when they say no artificial colours added, it means it's full of artificial colours. We just didn't
Add
go above.
more.
We didn't go accidentally above the recipe, which was
the recommended World Health
like
Organization.
no added sugar. Well, because there wasn't any more room. It was already full of sugar. We couldn't jam any more in there. It would have been crystallised. Fucking hell, these guys, I don't know. It's fucking, oh, mate. It fires me up.
Yeah, what are you fired up about this week?
I mostly been it's the gigs. I've been doing gigs. I'm back on the gig scene.
You're back on the ones and twos.
I am back on the ones and twos. Yeah, back on the gig scene, and I'm seeing because this is one of my things is having a good read on the crowd. Like I'm all about the head nods. It doesn't matter what demographic you are. I can sort of case out by playing track here, track there, and I can get people up. But what the latest thing that I'm seeing out there is there's more 20-year-olds. They're a bit more confident in going out. You've got the older crowd that are just as happy staying at home, taking it sleazy, you know. So playing me tracks, and what I'm seeing out there is the freshies that are on the scene, the new 18 to 20-year-old demographic,
right?
And they're fresh. They're fresh out of high school. They're
fresh out of COVID.
First year uni students. You know, it's time to get amongst it. But what I'm seeing is this transition where the kids did year 11, then they had a year off for year 12 because of the first lockdown, right? So they were off school for the better part of a year. So all that partying, experimenting, going out, getting amongst it, having parties and all that kind of stuff, and basically learning how to be in the real world as a party animal in your 20s.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is the kids have jumped from year 11 straight into the scene, and they don't know how to do it.
I just need to interject, just quickly. Now, while they haven't been partying in public, in the venues, I tend to believe that some partying's been going on under the radar.
Okay.
And I'm sure it is in countries that are famous for it, like Berlin, that have underground club scenes and things like that.
And under the radar is trademarked, and it's my fan fiction of MASH. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, under the radar.
Yes,
there you go.
I do believe that under the radar has been used from time to time by lots of people.
Sure.
But anyways, but credit to you, where credit's due. And anyways,
well, I'm the only one rereferencing MASH.
Okay, sure.
Well, that's true. No one's arguing with that.
No one's watching it, that's for sure, apart from you.
I've got the cultural bloody button on it. Anyway, continue.
So hitting the cultural button.
But the point I'm trying to make is that I recently was in some scrubland where there's some walking tracks and whatnot, and I won't divulge on the actual location.
Sure.
But there's in this scrubland, you can go down a little track, and there's an old bomb shelter. I think we might have even talked about this bomb shelter before, but it's some guy during the Cold War presumed that there was going to be a nuclear attack, and so he got down to business and built himself a makeshift bomb shelter in the scrubland. And I thought, hey, let's go look at this old bomb shelter. That'd be interesting. Well, it turns out it looked like a party crew had been there. The place was done up to the nines.
Yes.
Set up like an underground...
like a campsite for partying.
For ravers. And it had been utilised. It was clearly had been utilised.
Well, that's kind of comforting. That's good to know that they're still undergrounding.
How do we find out when that rave's on? Because
you got to be.
My
20.
favourite raves were the 500 and less. 500 people or less. That's the hardcore down in some dive bloody factory. Ooh, choice
or
raves.
a bomb shelter would have been choice as bro.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's the way. But what I'm saying is that the kids they sit around a lot, okay, and they don't know to nod. So they're not giving me the indicators,
social cues, right?
The indicators that I use to work out what's next, right?
Yeah, right.
Because I do it on the fly. I don't prepare, right? I read the crowd. I play to the demographic. So what I saw is that when they do eventually get up to have a danso, it's only when someone gets up that everyone gets up, and it's only when someone leaves that everyone leaves.
Yeah.
They don't realise that once you're up, that's it for the night. We're dancing for the duration, right? But they're doing it in shifts. There's this shift
mentality
where they're going with what everybody else is doing and only what everybody else is doing, not from what I'm setting up. I'm trying to set up a vibe. It's all about the vibe.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to compete with this idea that we're not allowed to be on the dance floor, because for a good 6 months there was no dancing, no singing, if you recall those rules that were enforced.
Yeah.
Sure, the venues can be open again.
But you're not allowed to dance.
People outside. You're not allowed to sing and you're not allowed to dance.
Do you know what I'm enjoying on that note, just to interrupt? I've been whistling a lot, and it just feels rebellious.
Does it?
Like, what a strange world to wake up in, where people are afraid to even show their physical facial expressions, and I'm not afraid to do this. And even more so, I'm happy to just whistle a little tune. Remember, you used to talk about how, you bloody you want to be top dogs to be walking around whistling, trying to
because you're invading everyone's privacy.
Well, there's the wolf whistle. That was as a faux pas.
Yeah, that's gone, isn't it?
But I always say to the kids, like, if you're really upset and you're really cut and you're at a level 10, right? Then experiment. This is my science little segment here, connected to the music and the whistling and whatnot. If you're at your angriest, right, try this next time. You're pissed off, right? Get yourself a whistle on. Right? And it's virtually impossible to be cut and upset when you're whistling a happy tune.
Oh, you're right. It is.
You can't do it. You can't be angry and go. It can't be done.
No, that's right.
Feel angry and have a whistle, right? Go. You're fucking angry. Fire it up. Right? Now, whistle a happy tune. Exactly. So I say to the kids, go in your room and have a whistle.
Now back to this gig.
Sure.
So you're saying that they haven't been out, and then they get their chance for freedom, and then they go overboard with the party.
Last night was a classic example of that. So lockdown 3, the lockening happened, and a lot of the gigs that I had booked cancelled. So people were trying to get back into the birthday party. We're gonna have 60 people there. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. And one of them got cancelled, and last night I had to play the party that got cancelled. It's a re-up. But what I saw is that these kids that have never partied before, this is going to be their first out. So they're all fired up and they're all excited. And they're drinking before they come. And then by the time they came to the party, they're already sloshed. The party girl, she fell flat on her face at 10:30. And...
keep going.
And she was a little person.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, 19-year-old. When I say little person, I don't mean she was little person. She was little person. The actual little person.
So she's on her face.
She flat on her face, and she couldn't get up, and they had to roll her over onto her tummy
like a turtle.
And it took 8 of them to lift her up. Anyway. Half an hour later, she was the one that had the big old spew in the middle of the dance floor, and then proceeded to get carried over to the little lavatories there, and she repainted the lav, repainted it, right? A deep scarlet, scarlet tan, And then the party got they came over to me. The parents came over to me and went, "Yeah, we're gonna cut it off." And it got to about 11:40, and one of the little 17 to 18-year-old dudes, he's probably just like stepping into Batman mode.
Yeah.
And he came over to me and said, just to let you know, if you could just turn it down a bit, because the party girls are about to leave, and it'd be good if she could leave with a little bit of dignity. And I said, no, I'm not turning it down.
So what are you supposed to do? Like, make her... How are you supposed to recover her for that, just by turning the music down?
No, I don't know. Just so that she didn't feel like the party was still going and she's missing out, because she blew the whole thing. But you know what I mean? So let's just let's give her a bit of dignity. I said, mate, she doesn't know. And then she came down the stairs and fell down the stairs.
Oh, God.
And rolled down, I don't know, 15 to 25 steps.
Lucky you
very,
didn't turn the
very,
music down.
very narrow steps. So like,
She was bouncing off the walls like in the bumper bowling.
it was a proper bloody
Bumper bowl.
tumble. It was a proper tumble down the stairs.
And what about the outfits? Because you did send one photo.
Okay, so it's fucked up out there, right? And I feel like if you're gonna go to a party, you're 19, it's your first day out, right? And all you've been doing is watching, my anaconda don't with the butt, diggly butts, right? That's your only influence. So this girl came out in a full onesie, fishnet onesie,
yes,
right, with a G banger, as the undies, and I'm pretty sure her tits were covered, but they were like everywhere. The tits were like everywhere, and
You took a photo.
I had to take a photo to send to you blokes.
She was asking for it.
She was asking. Look at the way she dresses. No, because
it's so
well, this is the
amazing.
thing,
It's
right?
like
First of all, I sent the photo to my wife, and I said,
Yeah.
our kids are fucking screwed."
Yeah,
right?
you weren't
Basically.
being voyeuristic.
No, it's
not at
gross.
all.
It's gross. It's too much.
It was too much. It was too much. And then the security dude came in. He's like in his he's about 58. This bloke, and he came in. He scanned across. I was watching him because I was waiting for him to see, and he did the whole scan across the security scan and got to her, and then he just looked at me, and I was looking straight at him, going, "Yeah," and we had a laugh. And what I'm saying is that this is going on. When you dress like that, you don't realise that people are going. They might not say anything to you. Good, that's good. Don't.
yeah. Don't
But-
shame.
But we're all kind of going.
It's a bit much.
It was a bit much.
Bit much, yeah. You're getting attention, but it's the wrong time of
Wrong.
attention.
I think it's the
Wrong
wrong kind of attention.
Yeah.
And
Especially when your dance moves are like Nicki Minaj.
it was the
Wiggle the butt.
the jiggling. What do you call it? What do you call it?
Ass dancing, like
No, it's twerking.
Twerking.
Maybe she didn't have confidence in her dancing skills, so that's why she dressed like that, to sort of take the...
Well, she was
Take
able.
the-
She twerked it. She was twerking
yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah, and then at one stage she was on the floor,
Grinding.
doing a full
No,
twerk.
they cry when they get home.
It was
Or in
like,
the
it was
morning.
like, yeah, you okay, you're twerking on the floor, but
How do
that's where your little friend had a big chuck.
Yeah.
We just mopped up there, and you're twerking all
Well,
over
they
the.
cry in 6 months' time when they realise they were impregnated by a rapist.
Yeah, well.
Should I flag that or?
Um,
And so there was. It was.
how
it was
do
a
you
mess, but-
actually dance with a girl, like a woman that's dancing like that? Like, as a guy, and you want to put your
and then-
dance moves on. So do I have to get up behind her and like?
Hey, there was a bit of that. There was a bit of that.
To be honest, I actually wouldn't be able to approach a girl like that. Not because, I mean, there is the fact that you just probably wouldn't really want to. Because, like you say, like it's not exactly that desirable. Like it gets
But
attention.
is that the same phenomenon that like really hot chicks never end up with anybody that's really that good because it's based on like the first 5%'s based on like attraction of looks.
Yeah.
So you're hot, so you're in, right? So then what I'm assuming here, what good-looking chicks have been suffering from is that they're always being approached by dudes. There's always options. There's always this, but they never end up with anybody.
Yeah,
anybody
people are
special.
less likely to approach someone that's attractive, and
Right.
and that's a confidence
Nice
issue.
guys
Obviously,
are. Nice guys are.
that's a confidence issue also, but it's also intimidation.
Well,
and,
when you're single and you see a very attractive person at the club, you just assume, they're getting hit on all day, every day.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you
but
don't
also-
you don't
and
want
they
to be
don't
the
wanna
guy.
be hit on by you.
Yeah, and I also think that she's dressed like that to have a good time, and then you see a guy dancing with her, and you're like, oh right, you're dancing with the fishnet. That's what you're dancing
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
And
and
then
then she ever
other-
really get a
Well, other chicks would be picking up on that, like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this dude. That's what he's attracted to.
right?
Her.
So then that rules him out for the ugly chicks too.
That rules them out, like, 'cause they're like, he's a bit of a superficial.
Okay,
he's a bit superficial.
It's a little bit on the
Yeah,
old.
she could be a lovely girl, but I wouldn't want to talk to her just out of I'd feel like a creep.
Yeah, what do you, yeah. Someone's looking over from you might be having a very in-depth conversation, about politics with her, and all that everyone sees is, oh, look at Sean enough. He's always going
with his octopus
Yeah, look
tentacles.
at him approaching that half-naked girl.
Yeah, how dare he?
Typical.
But the irony of the night was that they had a massive $400 to $500 birthday cake, and it had a trashed out on the floor Barbie doll covered with mini bottles around. So I don't think this is the first time she's ever chucked, because it looked like that they had like a martini glass on the top, and that was spilling out over the cake. But it looked like chuck.
Cake imitating life.
Cake imitating life.
Yeah.
So it's just brought me back to the phenomenon that I don't think kids they've skipped. They don't know how to party.
No, that's right. But talking about cakes imitating life, art imitates life.
Art
and
imitates
occasionally,
cakes?
I've heard
life imitates art. And we've talked about this before.
Does it imitate cake?
When does the cake get imitated by? No, cakes do get imitated by life.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
I've seen golf course cakes and, you
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter
A
what.
can of beans. Have you seen that guy who makes the like? It looks like a can of beans, and then he cuts into it, and it's cake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
like a
right.
bean cake.
That's the
Not
guy. That's the
SPC.
guy where he's definitely going about that. It seems like, I mean, yeah, it's cool, but that whole thing, I've seen it. Let's make something like ultra realistic and then put a knife through it. Oh, look, it's cake.
Or a bar of soap. Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Or
it's
a
actually
baby cake.
Like,
and
with the
then you
first
cut the
time
head
they
off.
did it, it was like, oh, wow, look at that. But now it's like, oh, what else can we make a cake out of?
Yeah, like I want my cake to look like a cake, just like I want my couch just to be a couch. I don't want cup holders. I don't want a fridge in it. I don't want the mechanism to make the legs go. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Just
Just
saying life imitating it.
So
Life
everyone wants to be
imitating-
Charlton Heston when it comes to making a bloody cake these days.
Yeah.
And
Wankers.
just so you know, he puts a little bit more effort and thought into it than just making a chocolate cake look like something else.
Yeah, true.
But the art imitating life thing, we've spoken about this on the podcast, and it might have been, you know, pure narcissism on our part.
Sure.
To even suggest
Sounds about right, yeah.
that things that, you know, that we talk about eventually occurring in the real world. But we have spoken about that, and I was listening to some old episodes the other day.
Oh, great.
And,
Get those rates up.
This might need a
Those ratings. Isn't
Actually.
it? Rates. You don't want the rates to go
No,
up.
don't go. But
But,
you want the ratings to go up.
Yeah.
we did a 3-part series.
Yeah.
The past, the present, and the future.
That's right. It was a classic escape pod at that stage, wasn't it?
I think so. I think it was actually.
And so we used to we discuss things about the past and the present, and one
And the
episode we speculated about the future. And
I love a future prediction.
Yes. It's
and
one of the
I mean,
go-tos.
as we always are, we're very on the money when it comes to public sentiment and well,
well, actual things coming true. You mean?
I bet you there's a whole bunch of parents and fathers listening to that dress story and the twerking story going,
Well, I hope
these
that-
guys have got the finger on the pulse.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just as long as the finger's not anything in anything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as she's got a pulse.
Yes, that's right. But don't put your finger in it.
so the episode is actually called The Future Again. And it's number 173. This episode was in June 10, 2019.
What's going to be the right future? Is it going to be a religious-based thing that happens, like conspiracy-wise, or a reckoning? A reckoning? Is it going to be a science? Is it going to be an alien? Or
I'm gonna go Alien.
you like alien?
I like the Alien angle.
Still plenty of time for that.
I'm going to say disease,
Ding.
and that's the new future is the virus.
There you go. So that was almost a year before, right?
Yeah.
Roughly, about 8-10 months.
Far out. All right. So
We've done it
so
again.
is this a formal apology for all the predictions we've made because they're coming true, and it's us that's doing it to
art
us?
is imitating us, our life. No,
Life is
life is
imitating
imitating
our
our
art.
art.
Yes. I mean, we don't know which way it goes, but there's definitely some
Clearly.
kind of relationship between life and art there that was worth mentioning, and we've mentioned it before. But yeah, that was like an apology, not so much for creating these rather large circumstances, but my apology came from, it's more like a, like when Coles or one of those other flippity stick supermarkets, advertised like a product recall or something where they advertised something wrong in their catalog and they have to retract that.
It's not actually 5 for 1. It's $5
It's one for $5.
Yeah. Well, you might notice that I come in less armed with material like concepts, news articles than I used to because I found that I was finding what I found articles that I found interesting, and I'd bring them in and basically reread them, maybe with a bit of our own character. But I was basically paraphrasing things that I thought were interesting.
Yeah.
And little did I realise that I have a feeling that I might have been being manipulated by the media.
Okay. So are you saying it's not our fault? So sorry, not sorry?
Sorry, not sorry.
So that our future predictions are based on the rhetoric that's being
well,
force-fed to
and
us.
I think you're feeling a little bit, reflecting back on what you've said, what you've put out there.
Yep.
You're saying, geez, maybe I was just repeating the government line.
Oh, you're doing the government shtick.
Yeah, or the
multinational media outlets.
Big tech. I was obviously getting all my articles from social media platforms, and
repeating their narrative.
And I've only realised we've always known that propaganda exists, that different things that public sentiment is influenced by the media, but to what extent, I don't think we ever realised how affected by it we all are, even when you're observing media with a discerning point of view.
For the sake of a podcast.
Yeah, for the sake of a podcast. And I was absorbing myself in a lot of media from different news sites and thinking that, and I actually genuinely thought that because I observed such a broad range of
covering
news
all
outlets,
the bases, that
I was forming my own unbiased opinion.
Okay, so it's basically what you're saying is sorry to us that you're never going to bring anything into the podcast. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, sort of. I'm finding it. I think it's going to have more of a positive effect.
Yeah, you're a free agent now. Like you're not getting all the nonsense coming in from other sources.
You've become the primary source.
Well, sort of. What it
person.
means is I'm going to have to be a lot more original and actually put some effort into creating some content.
Sean just quit.
No, but you did. You've done your due diligence.
Okay.
Or your due diligence.
Well, I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
It was actually the opposite of due diligence because I lacked diligence. So my last stop before I came here,
something was due.
I thought, I'll go into this Asian grocer and have a look at the sodas. I love an Asian soda.
Okay, now how did you guys are talking about this like beforehand? Like it's a known thing.
Well,
soda wars or like the whole soda like culture that I'm not aware of.
There's a sub soda culture, right? That I know. I take my daughter over to the
Asian grocery.
No, we call it the PAG, Pinewood Asian Grocery. It's not called that.
But it's a good name.
I said we need a cool name to call this so that we don't have to say. The PAG. So no one else knows it as that. It's only us. So she goes in. The kids go in there and I say, pick something that you like. Pick something that you would never think to have.
Yeah.
And so
even if you can't read it, just like
we get the chili squid. Skull.
Yeah, wasabi chili mix with the the
wasabi peas is a big favourite.
I love the tin they come in, honestly.
And the less you can read on the label, the more you rely on the picture.
Yeah.
The more exciting the experience.
And they can be. Talking of this soda subculture, I experienced this, and I think I fell in love with it in Japan. And I remember one morning I was incredibly hungover. I mean, warm sake when you're not used to it can give you some wretched hangovers.
Oh, and it gives you the Dutch courage, doesn't it? Like you think, I'm overseas, I can have like a shot or two of rice wine and sake, and you can't.
No. And I woke up one morning, and there's a prevalence of vending machines in Japan. This is where the soda subculture really kicks off.
Yeah.
You can get them everywhere, and I was relying on the pictures.
Yeah.
And as you do, when you shop when you're thirsty, or hungover thirst, you really if something looks refreshing, you're just all over it.
Yeah.
Hungover thirsty. Hursty.
Yeah,
Thirsty.
like lychee and shiitakes.
Yeah. Well, this looked ultra refreshing, and I've grabbed it, and it's just one of those. I need a drink now.
Yeah.
Smash it back. So I
Okay,
took the lid off.
so is that also based on the color of the bottle?
Yes.
So this is all factored in.
All factored in.
Okay,
And
label,
mind you, I
colour.
was shopping from a vending machine, so it was like purely visual.
Yep.
And so I grabbed it, cracked it open, and I've sculled it down, expecting something maybe carbonated or refreshing. You just don't know. You don't know if it's even going to be carbonated.
It could be it could be flat. It could
But
be
this
tea
was not only flat,
with floaties in it.
but what I thought was like a melon-style soda turned out to be flat with lumps of melon.
Oh, they do that.
Do that. You know, you also get the floating passion fruit seeds.
And I've been
the bubble tea.
to Springvale and like the Asian bakery there, and they had this like drink.
Yep.
That's just got a plastic over the top, and they punch the
Yeah,
the
it's
straw in
it's
it.
called bubble tea. It's
Yeah, but it's like you cut up lychee, like gelatin,
bits in it,
gelatin.
but it's
like,
gelatin versions.
Yeah.
it's like the banana. It's like the banana lolly.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You know, like it's a fake version of it. So how do you imitate lychee? How do you imitate milk? You know what we really need? We need, because you've just passed me this. We need, from what you've picked, and it looks semen-y.
Well, can we set this up properly, please? Please,
Okay.
for God's sakes. You know, this is This is going to be the highlight of the episode.
Sure.
So just let's regroup. Now, Sean, you were in Japan. You went to the soda wars or the soda culture,
subculture.
and you were thirsting. You were thirsty, and
it was thirsty.
You take the dollop, you take the guzzle, and it's bloody.
It was a melon.
Okay, it's
flat
melon.
melon soda with
So
lumps of melon.
do we go back into the vending machine to try to quench the thirst again, or you're
you're
shit,
re-quenching.
What I remember is
make it up.
whether or not I only had that much change on me, or because of the state of the hangover, or whatever it was, I'd bought my drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd sort
this
of
is the
maybe
choice
gone
I've
back to
made.
my hotel room or whatever, and I didn't. I regretted my decision.
Right.
So on the way here, because you're not taking notes anymore and you're not doing homework, you thought, I better come up with a bloody game.
Yep.
So
I better come up with something.
So you went into the Asian grocery. You see, this is how you put a story together.
Sorry, yeah.
And you have, for today's episode, 3 randomly chosen soda. Now, what do we call these? It's because it's a passion fruit basil seed drink.
Basil seed.
Choda.
And you can see all the little passion fruit
that's what I was
seeds.
talking about earlier. There it is.
And they're suspended.
And
they're suspended, but
and
it
it's
looks
viscous.
thick.
It's thick.
viscous.
It has visc.
It's a high viscosity. So we're
It's
gonna.
quite visky.
And Tim, what have you got?
I've got a what seems to be sody pop, a Mountain Dew looking green bottle. You got your 250 ml standard, and it's fizzy milk.
And it's called
Milkiss.
Milkiss. So it's
Milkiss.
a semen-based.
But they do claim on it, and this is in quotations, fantastic feel.
Fantastic.
As it slides down your throat like an oyster.
It looks like semen.
And then Sean, what have you got there, mate?
Semenade.
What I've got is the Meisters brand milk tea, which I thought was interesting enough because milk tea is something that we in our Western society are used to just making ourselves.
Milk tea.
And
Okay.
we're used to drinking it quite warm.
So is that a cuppa, but in a bottle cold?
This looks like a cold cuppa in a bottle.
Cold cuppa.
Okay.
Now you are a tea aficionado.
I don't mind a tea.
You're a relay tea bag kind of guy.
I've done that, yeah.
So you're accustomed to all levels of
Are you asking or accusing him?
skanky levels of tea. So when the tea gets skanky, you just add another bag, but you keep the old bag in. And when the new bag comes in, the first bag goes out. You're relaying. Right?
Yeah, it's all about levels of the caffeine.
So you would be the perfect judge for that because you're a teetotaler.
Yeah, I'm a total teetotaler.
Can I just weigh in there, Tim? I think that just on future prediction, I think the milk tea that Sean has is the most appealing to me so far.
Okay.
It's just basically having a nice
big
Earl Grey, but
big
it's gone cold.
It's tea flavoured big M.
And I don't mind a cold cuppa.
Now, my second is going to be the passion fruit because who doesn't love passion fruit? And it's in a clear, nice enough bottle. But I think the worst one's going to be...
It's going to be Milkus.
The what did you call it?
Fantastic Phil Milkus.
What did you call the new...
Seminade. So I think we should go do this properly, because you may be shocked when you open that lid. It might... Your tea.
Oh, we don't even know if it's fizzy.
So we'll go through the whole process. I want to know about the whole experience. I want to know how...
And we'll have
pourability.
So it's what was it? Sommelier?
Okay,
the wine taster or water taster.
Sure.
Is it sommelier?
It is now.
We're going to go through it. So I think we go with the most delicious first.
So
because it's going to be the least
presumably most delicious.
Well,
the bottle's open and it doesn't seem to have had a fizz in it. Ooh,
it looks like Kahlua.
Stop right there. It looks like cold tea. I think you should try this first because you fucking bought it.
It smells like a cold cuppa.
Okay.
You know, I remember when I used to be a hard-working man and you'd make yourself a cup of tea and you'd have to go do something, wouldn't be able to finish your tea. I'd quite often go back to my little union-supplied polystyrene cup and finish it off. And it smells very
like work.
similar.
It smells like work.
There he goes.
You know what?
Yep.
It's funny that you mentioned Earl Grey because I think it's Earl Grey.
Oh, you think it's an Earl?
I'll pass that on to Tim.
Earl of Grey. All right, let me see because I'm an Earl Grey aficionado myself.
One sugar or two sugars, you reckon?
It does smell like straight up cold tea.
It does, and it's got a bit of sweetener in there. It's actually quite nice.
It's got your tradition. It's white with two.
White with two.
Classic standard.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. That's Earl Grey, 100%.
Oh, it's got a watery after feel. Don't you think?
It is quite wet.
Hey, look,
yeah, but
I'll tell you what.
I want to be left with the tea flavour, not the.
I've got a tea flavour.
I'll put my hand up and say that this is a product that could be on the shelves that would sell.
It
was on the shelf, but
that could sell. I don't.
I'd get it. I'd buy it.
You did. You did. just to let you know.
All right. As a new drink, soda culture, I'm giving that a.
Now you've noticed that I've kept me spittle bucket from when I'm in the studio chewing with tobacco. I spit in the middle. So do you want to clean your palate out and spit it in the tobacco bucket?
Oh. Yeah. Now oh god, I'm pouring the. Oh, it's basil seed.
It's basil seed
and with passion fruit flavour.
So the seeds are
basil seeds.
As in the
plant.
The plant basil.
Yes, they have seeds.
And might I also add that the biggest suggestion on that label is basil seed, and all the other flavours of that same drink were different flavours with basil seeds.
And can I just analyse the if you hold that up to the light there, you know when you look at microbes under a microscope, it looks exactly like that. These little dudes floating around.
Or like
they're not moving when you shake the glass either. They just
stagnant water that's been left a little while, and then there's baby mosquito larvae.
Gotcha.
That's tadpoles, man. That's tadpole action.
But what I like about it is that how it defies gravity. That this has been sitting in a fridge for God knows how long,
and they're
suspended exactly where they were left.
It's because we're back to the viscosity.
They don't settle.
So he goes. Jezbot's going for the old.
It smells like passion fruit. So. It's got because you'll be shocked. It's got a mouth feel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's got a feel.
Has it got a fantastic feel?
It's actually a good drink.
Okay.
I'm actually going. I'm going.
He's going back for another little sippity doodah.
So what
just get over the.
Okay.
What we're establishing here between my story about the melon chunks and the viscosity of this drink and the advertisements on the milk bottle saying it's got a nice feel, is that different cultures have different ways to enjoy food and beverages.
Tim's about to throw up.
Do you know why? Because you guys don't. You guys, why would you know this? But it's now they say it's some maniacs say it's a beautiful thing, but when I ever smelt it, I smelt. Oh fucking hell! It's really.
You're not even fake. You're not doing a bit.
No, I'm not.
No, he's genuinely not enjoying it.
They say baby's breath. Oh, babies smell beautiful. But baby's breath smells like tit milk, and vomit. Right? That is the exact.
Have you got COVID? Because there's no way that smells like baby spew and breast milk.
Nah, it's got fucking vomit in it. I can smell
Maybe.
vomit in it.
Well, have a sip because
Okay,
you are going
sure.
to fucking throw up.
This takes me back to another episode.
It's thick like vomit. Oh!
Check out another episode. It's like
it's
a
nice,
Freudian chip.
Oh, Freudian chip.
And we spoke about this, how that possible sales tactics for future food and beverage companies could be to align their flavours with that of umbilical cord goop or things that reminded you of birth.
Yeah, they take you.
yeah.
They take you back. Take you
take you
right
back.
back. Yeah,
You
back
know?
to the day.
Hey,
Back in the day.
another
Back.
Another
Yeah.
classic episode. Sean, now have a sippity doodah of that, mate.
Now, do you know what I smell here? What do
Yeah. See.
I can smell something.
No, you've been on the Passionas all night, and then you've switched to.
I smell cardboard.
You smell cardboard. That's interesting.
Yeah, that makes me think of like the birthday card section of a newsagent.
Oh, really?
Okay.
That's specific, I should
It's
say.
true. It's Pacifica.
Oh, really? It's taken me to somewhere where I can't quite place, but that's as close as I can.
It's like a dream you had. Like,
Yeah, a dream you had about a post office
basketball
card
cards. It's
section.
like a freshly opened packet of basketball cards.
Ah,
Okay.
he's right. He's
yeah,
fucking right.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Anyways, let's have a sip. Let's see if it matches up.
Yep.
I told you to be wary of the mouthfeel.
You know what it is? It's
Man
not
down. Man
it's
down.
it's so thick. You're not taking a sip. You're taking a bite.
Yeah, it's lunch. It's lunch.
A bite or sip. But the mouth, I don't know about the mouth feel, but the throat feel when you swallow it, once you get past the whole tasting aspect,
The Passiona's back.
It's quite-
Passiona's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
nice down the throat. If you had a sore throat,
Look, I've just
Okay.
got the final basil seed out of my teeth. But
Medicine you're talking about. Fuck, that's weird, man.
but initial sips are quite.
No, you know what? You know what the consistency for all the other parents out there that have been forced to buy their kids the slime, and the slime gets old, and just before it turns back into liquid, it's like that.
I reckon it's more like squeezing down a
Toothpaste?
tube of KY jelly.
Yes, yes. When was the? Nah, don't answer that. So we'll move on to that was. I don't know, man.
That was a weird one.
That's
say
different. That's
fucking-
not as highly recommed as the
tea?
as the milk tea.
Nah, go the tea first.
Tea's winning.
Yeah.
Far out. Now, is the Milkus that I've got fantastic feel? Does it have a fizz to it? It does.
Boy, it had a slight
Yeah.
is.
I heard it. Now, what am I smelling there? I'm smelling.
Let it breathe in a glass, Tim, for God's sakes.
That's not the way
and-
you drink a $2.50 bottle of milk drink.
Do you know what I'm?
You have to
you know-
decanter it
you
first.
know when we used to go to
Milk drink.
You know when we used to go to the Tony's Milk Bar and we used to say, $1 worth of mixed lollies, please, and every lolly was $1, and every time
A cent.
1 cent, and every time we go, or you'd say $5 of mixed lollies, thanks, and he'd have to pull out a sandwich bag to fill it up and count them one by one by one by one.
Oh yeah, I remember the old app. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was one I liked, and that was a milk bar,
A Milko.
a Milko.
Oh yeah. I
Like a
remember
little
that,
chewy thing. I'm getting a Milko
Okay.
vibe to that, but I'm also getting the traditional lemonade vibe.
Okay, let's have a.
Was it like a spider?
This is a spider.
What,
It's
so-
exactly what you just said.
Hello,
is
spider.
exactly what it is. mate.
Hello,
It's a
spider.
spider. Hello, spider. Now, when I turn it around the glass into your classic wine testing thing, it does leave milk remnants. You know when your
Residue.
milk's just about to go off, and it gets a bit milky around the rims.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
All right.
Have a
here we
taste.
go.
See how it goes.
Here we go.
The suspense is killing me.
Oh,
He's going in for seconds.
Yeah.
that's delicious.
Give us oh, really.
That's delicious.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Go to smell first. Don't go to taste. Oh,
Alright,
that's
alright.
that's quite nice.
And see,
Oh no.
You're gonna say Sunny Boy, aren't you? No, you're gonna say. You know what? Oh, you know what it is. It's remember the Icy Poles, Icy Pole and the Redskins.
yeah.
Remember
No,
Redskins?
you're right. It's an icy pole. But do you remember the Return of the Jedi icy pole?
Yes.
And the inside was green
Yoda.
slime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The goods inside.
But what I'm getting is a fruit tingle cocktail mix.
Oh, yeah, fruit tingle is in there too.
And it could be a White Russian, but I'm not sure. Let's go.
Ooh, it could be a White Russian. Oh, you know what? You could put some vodka in that. That'd be quite.
Oh, vodka in that would be good.
You'd love that. You love your Baileys.
I do love my Baileys.
Your milk liqueurs.
Yeah, I'll be sitting there, and you boys will be having sophisticated drinks like BB and Scotch, and I'll send you guys a photo of myself having a.
Wait! I know what it is.
Milky.
It tastes like Yakult.
You think so?
Yakult.
The fermented gut health.
Yes, biome.
Biomesies.
Well, I could drink a lot of Yakult if it tastes like this. What I'm smelling, I'm smelling spider. I'm smelling spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ice cream in a lemonade.
Yeah, lemonade. Tradish.
Yeah, it's like a spider for me, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is
I'm
it?
pleasantly
You know what?
surprised
It's
with Milkus.
way above basil seed and
Yeah, it is.
jizz soda.
It is. It is.
All right, that was crook as that.
So, in
baby.
conclusion, we're getting severely ripped off by our fizzy drink monopoly.
The Coca-Cola
that we
wars.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if anything interesting or different comes along, they just buy it out and bury it. And if you go, I noticed this years ago. You can go to a service station or a supermarket, or you can have a drinks fridge as wide as the whole shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the options there, you're choosing between all
Gatorade,
drinks are
yeah.
from one company.
It's Coca-Cola Amtel.
You know, and it's and they've really homogenized and limited our markets. You can see that the different brands in those fridges, although that there's a lot of the market share is dominated by Asahi in Japan, both soft drinks and alcohol. They still have a lot more options.
And they have taken away our alcohol options, haven't they? Like the VBs, the companies of the world, Carlton United. That's what they do. They buy up your microbrewery.
Well, Asahi is actually the biggest alcohol company in the world. They own most of
over
the beers.
Corona.
Yeah, I think they own them.
Wasn't
You find that Asahi owns CUB now.
Ooh.
They own most of the Australian beers.
doesn't
Is it?
Carlton own Heineken, or is that them as well?
I think, I don't know. Asahi's like, I don't know the exact who they own, but I know that Asahi is like the main beer owner of the world.
Hey, I don't know about you guys. Sorry to cut you off there, but I think I'm seeing through time.
Yeah.
I think there's something in those
In those
drinks.
passion fruit.
Well, I don't think you mix IPA beer with Milkus.
Milkus.
And basil seed passion fruit bloody milk tea. I just don't think I think it's affecting my brain.
Did you say mucus or milkus?
Milkus, isn't that?
I just can't get over that fucking baby breath drink. Oh, far out.
Yeah, the texture of that one was a little bit different.
It was different. You don't want to chew your drinks.
No.
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's not refreshing.
Although I was thinking about
confusing.
getting into the shakes, just so I don't have to eat like sandwiches all day and the chewing,
Do you
the
know
constant
what?
chewing.
How would you go with the power shakes on the work site? You know, can you get by? Is it providing you enough
bloody
energy and
oath, bloody
everything,
oath,
dude?
yeah.
It'd be pretty difficult taking all your things and then cutting them up by the time you got them cut up, you get 15 minutes with bloody smoker. I guess then once you drink it while you're working, I don't know. But
Well,
I
you
used
just-
to take one to work.
You take a couple of. You don't go the full juice, so you go the powdered power.
Oh yeah.
Right, and then you shake it up with some tap water off site. You just suck that down. Go get your fucking.
I'll go
beer.
get a beer. I've got to wash out my mouth. It's like you call
Yeah, it's
something
like
here.
milk tea and passion fruit chews. And we're going back to classic segmentary of the jumping the turnstile. Trevor.
Have you got a Trevor update?
Well, I got
Trevor, the man that lives in the biscuit barrel.
man that lives in the biscuit barrel down the road. He
Public nuisance.
Yeah, stone the bloody crows.
On that
Quite literally,
subject.
he throws stones at crows.
I actually recapped that episode last night.
Did you?
He's been listening to a lot
but-
of episodes.
That's good. Someone's got to.
On the subject of Trevor, when I was getting here this afternoon, I saw a guy tampering with your letterbox.
Oh, right.
And I
okay.
just assumed by the look of him, it was
Yeah.
Trevor. So I said, "Hello, Trevor," and then he kept walking around and kept
lurking.
He proceeded to do the same thing to everybody else's letterbox. So
He was delivering.
he was delivering letters, and it wasn't Trevor at all.
It was the postie. That's interesting because it's good to have people looking out for your property and whatnot. Because I got to park the second car out in the street, and in the second car,
He's a high roller. Two cars.
yeah, this guy.
What a brag.
And I put it out there at risk of Trevor's tampering. Trevor
Scratching it. Yeah.
Well,
Because
he
he
can
has
scratch,
been known to scratch your car.
And then I get out there the other day, and there's a little note folded up, put underneath me bloody windscreen. I'm like, here we bloody go. Because the last note that I got at over the road while I was picking up my kids from the bloody school, in and out in 2 minutes, get back to the car, and it's Waverley Cinema, don't mind calling you out. They've got 3 spots behind the actual cinema in the alley, and no one's ever in them. Yeah. And what do you got cars for at the cinema, right?
Yeah.
What do you got? You're never using them, so I bloody park there. And I get a note saying,
please do not park in this spot ever again.
So within 2 minutes of picking up a kid.
And I looked at Audrey and I went, and I threw it out the window. See you next week. Yeah, fucking cinema. So I get out there and there's another note. So I'm like, here we bloody go.
Yeah, you said that.
Hello, Steph.
From, and then the address.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know I saw someone who usually walks around this street. It's a bit simple. Try to open your Barina. It's a Barina.
Oh, he's...
Barina brag.
To see if it was unlocked. He didn't see that I could see him. And he was, as it was locked, he walked away and thought it would be good to let you know.
Yeah.
I'm working till 9:30 tonight, but feel free to call me if you need.
Yeah, basically Batman.
She's basically Batman. But Trevor's out there. He's checking me, buddy.
Yeah, and we had him on security camera checking Cassie's car out, and
yeah, he did, didn't he? Look through the old.
Because what I want to do is set him up
bash
with.
him.
I do because he stole my lawnmower. So I want to. It wasn't him, but he was involved, and he knew about it. He's complicit. I want to put a $50 note on the dashboard with the door open with the unlocked.
Okay,
and I'll be
and
behind.
You mark the 50.
No, I'll be behind the gate. Watching.
Okay,
and
it could be a long way.
As soon as he comes, and deal with him.
Deal with it.
You got my $50, don't you? You go, no, he doesn't. And go, why have you got poo on your hands then? Because you put poo on the bottom.
Yeah,
I like it. That's up there with the liquid nailsing the $1 coin to the footpath.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one. Because you go down, you try to pick it up, don't you? And you never get it.
Oh, it's
hey, and on the poo, we'll put some COVID in there.
Well, yeah. Geez, who knows?
Well, they're looking for it in the poo.
Yeah,
they're
they
up
are.
To their bloody. They're up to their hips in human feces.
Just trying to find
around for the
Yeah.
COVID traces. Yeah, we found one.
Yeah.
It's up my dick.
Well, it's amazing.
So he's still on the set. He's still on the scene. He's still.
What's to be done though? Because he's a public menace. He's a public nuisance.
Okay. What about he's just looking through the through my window to make sure my car's locked, just in case someone comes past and tries to open it.
He's
Can you say
basically
that?
Batman.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe was
so
it
maybe
a sunny day? He was going to put your little window reflector up for you.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And just rummage through me change. Yeah.
Just wants to organise it for you.
Oh, it's a perfectly good 20-cent piece in here.
You weren't using that 20-cent piece, were you?
Oh, I glue the $50 note to the dashboard and put poo all over it. Yeah.
I like it.
He's still around. We thought he was dead. I was. But,
he's hobbling around a lot more during the COVIDs.
Yeah.
He's got his walker
He's got
now.
the gout. He's got the gout.
It's the gout, is it?
Yeah. He's got the gout.
Got to lay off those rich foods and beer.
Okay.
Cherries help the gout.
Is
Apparently you can. Cherries help.
You rub cherries on it?
Eat them.
Okay. Right. It's probably better.
Do you have to have the pip?
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, look, I mean, it's been an amazing episode, and it's come to that time again where we have to wrap it up because we've got other things to do, and I'm sure after an hour that's enough.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't want to be.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You don't want to be talking for too long.
Don't be blabbering on about
all things, and we don't know what the episode's going to be called yet. I like Semen Aid.
I like the soda subculture.
Oh yeah.
And when it comes down to it, I'm the guy that writes it. So
You are.
What about Seminade soda subculture?
okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, SS. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for listening. It's always a pleasure. Sean, great to see you again.
Likewise, as it is with you.
And thanks for the game. Thanks for the milk game. I didn't know. I was unawares, and now we're all educated. So tune in next week. I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
And I'm Sean Enough.
Than's again. Peace be with you.
See you on the other side.
All that.
And always with you.
Turn off your television.
Jump over the turnstile.
Go fuck yourselves.
They hop, they duck, they climb. They go through 2 at a time.
Jumping the turnstile. Jump the turnstile.
Jump the turnstile.
Leap over the turnstile.
Hop over the turnstile. I had to take me. It was like a ninja.
Jumping the turnstile.
And it's no small thing.
People have jumped the turnstile.
I definitely jumped the turnstile.
Jumping.
The turnstile.
I definitely would do it once, twice. I would do it over again. Whenever I believe I have to do it, I do it. I get away because there was no one.